Everybody, this is TJ Zwarych with agentsofandom.com, joined by Don McTeigue, one of the most interesting and talented comic book artists I have ever seen. Don, first thing I want to talk about is you have these incredible covers for Venom right here. You're selling them here at the Edmonton Expo, among many other things. But how did you get the gig of a Marvel cover for Venom?
I received a note from Marvel. They said that Comic Kingdom Creative had requested that I work on this exclusive cover for them, and they said, we would like you to try to take Mary Jane and give her a dress made of symbiote Venom. So that was my assignment. So I was like, oh my god, that's so awesome. So I just needed to work on designing a dress. You send in, for all comic book companies, there's a process. You send in a couple options, like layouts is what they're called. And then the company chooses between those, so you hear back from your editor on that, and then I keep working through the process and all the stages. I send it in for approval, get it checked, make changes, all of that stuff. But yeah, I had so much fun working on that dress, so oh my goodness. And then I just wanted to make sure when I was digitally coloring it that it kind of had that almost the way symbiote looks, where Venom, it's all kind of shiny, it's a little bit wet looking almost, so I wanted to give it that kind of feel, which is challenging for me because you have to be very bold with your use of contrast. So I tried my best, and I had so much fun working on it.
You have such a distinct style. They're sexy, they're unique. What draws you to making these characters that are such a specific style of art in your covers?
Well, my inspirations are probably what draws me to that. So my inspirations in comics are J. Scott Campbell, Eric Basaldua, also known as Ebas, Mike Turner, Mark Silvestri. So Ebas, Mike Turner, Mark Silvestri are all the Top Cow crew, like from Witchblade and Fathom and all of those things, right? And so I've really been drawn to that kind of art, and then I've gotten a lot of help and mentorship by Ebas, who's taught me a lot of things just throughout my comic book career. And so I've learned a lot from them via observation, via help. I've gotten a lot of advice from various artists in the comic book industry, and as such I've kind of tried to build my style through that.
Why comic books specifically? Where did these inspirations come from? Did you read comics as a kid? What drew you?
I actually grew up overseas, so I didn't really see English comic books until I was around 19 years old. And that was J. Scott Campbell's Gen 13, and it's the art in it that just blew my mind. I just love the style of art. I love the mixture of the manga sort of style, but then a little bit more realistic is kind of, in my opinion, a very simplistic way of putting the sort of more Western style comic books is kind of the way that I can compare the two. And I learned to draw on the anime manga style. My how to draw books were how to draw manga, And then from there I just started transitioning slowly into comic style, just because I read the comics, I bought them, would, study them, pour through them, all of that stuff, following the artists that I admire. And this is way back when, so there would be a blog that you could follow the artists from or something, And then a dear friend of mine named J.P. Roth, she is an author. We knew each other as kids. She has a bunch of her novels that she was wanting to turn into comic book series, to put them out as comics first. So she started Rothnick Comics, and she contacted me and was like, hey, I'm going to be turning my novels into comic book series. Would you come and work with me? And I'm like, I know comic art. I'm not there. No. And she wouldn't take no for an answer. So, it was definitely learn as you go. We did everything wrong to start with, but then as time went on, and artists in the community would be like, okay girls, so this is the incorrect dimensions, this is how you do it. They didn't make fun of us, they helped us, and they explained how to do comics. What size paper you're supposed to use, all of that, and it's been wonderful. So
my final question, you have these iconic beautiful pieces behind us here.
Thank you.
We have MJ, Wonder Woman, Black Cat, Harley Quinn. whether it's a Marvel, DC, or even a manga character, is there anyone you haven't drawn professionally yet that you would love to get a chance to do?
Ooh, that's a good question. Okay, professionally, I know I need to get braver and start drawing male characters in actual covers. So I do work on comic book interiors, and I do get to draw men there. I would say I'm more comfortable drawing the female form just because of the experience. I've done it a lot more. You know, as a kid, I drew princesses. You know, so I would probably love to try my hand at actually drawing Venom himself, or you know, one of these ones. Spider-Man, I'm a little scared of. Honestly, not for Spider-Man, but the buildings behind him. That's really, I don't know. I'm not there yet. I'm working on it.
Where can the people find you, either on socials, or do you have a Substack that they can follow, find more of your work?
I live stream on Twitch and Facebook twice a week. So you can find me there if you have any art-related questions. I'm always happy to help. There is no stupid question. And then as far as I'm on Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome.
And you just search my name. It's really hard to spell, but you know, somehow that makes a word.
You are incredible. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
And you can find this up on the Agents of Fandom podcast as well as YouTube. Thanks so much.
Much love.